Twitch. This is Ken Goes Live. I'm Ken Napzok, live from the home studio with Obi-Wan over my shoulder. I'm going to fully trust technology today because I'm wired in. This is a wired in internet connection right here. But I'm getting an alert that there's that the internet Wi-Fi is low. So wire, work harder. I don't know what's going on. That should just be the name of the show. I don't know what's going on. Yesterday, my Patreon supporters received a business update, a YouTube message, unlisted link, premium access, and then they watched me spill water all over this computer, live to tape on the video, and I kept it in because I wanted the truth of who I am to be represented. Mike Fink is here live on Twitch. Aloha means mustache. This is true. David Taylor is in here. Good evening, Ken. Daniel Medina. Hello there. That's a Star Wars reference. And Pete Rich is making one there as well. Good to have you all here. Looking, sounding great, says Mike Fink. Mike, you don't understand. Sometimes there's heroes everywhere, and they don't know they're heroes. You're a hero by saying that, because I just really... long day at work, busy day at work, fun day at work, and this is part of that, but I'm kind of crashing into this stream, and so to see a little weird tech note, it unnerves me. It unnerves me, but Mike, you've made me confident. You know who is also confident? Lauren Romo's here. She says, hello, friends. Will McLean, water the computer builds character. I got to tell you, it is this thing. I did it again. I'm telling you, this cable, get back in here, and here we go again. I bet you. Yep. Here we go again. Everybody, you're going to watch my face. No, this is the most touchy USB-C port in the world. And what ends up happening is you knock it loose. It's done. It's done. Like the rest of the show is going to have to be on this webcam because it's effing done. This thing right here. It's also burning hot. It's been plugged in for 2 minutes. You're going to see Ken lose it today. But we're figuring this out live. And that's the story of life. So now you get to, this is how I filmed a video. It's this thing. This thing, I love this thing. It's a Star Wars thing, right? And it's so unbalanced. It's truly from the dark side. It's so unbalanced that I knock into almost everything, and I knocked this over. This is what I knocked over live on the video yesterday. I'm gonna put it over there, and I'm gonna need something new with a stronger base. It's a good mug. I hate this view. I hate people who use MacBooks for live streams, and now here I am, one of them. Cow Twitch is back. Cow Twitch was here last night for the Red Dead Redemption stream, which was spectacular. So we're gonna figure this out here. If I can get this, I have a very fancy camera. I have a very fancy cam link that is now on fire. This thing's on fire. The show today is just me getting mad at tech. This is like burning. That's not right. That can't be right. This has been unplugged for 45 minutes, 50 minutes. I was testing it earlier, worked fine. The whole thing's on fire. And the Mac, my Mac's been unplugged for 30 to 40 minutes. The moment that thing gets working, it's got flames. This is kind of a loosey-goosey show today anyway, so I think we're okay with that. All right, Cam Link looks to be back up. Gotcha, Cam Link. There's Cam Link. It's safe. Then it's safe to hold your hand. Turn it into that guy. Yeah, kind of. Lord Robo with, yeah, something's wrong. There you go. So I guess, that's the first thing on my mind today. I just got to take a breath. Where's my drink? That's what's on my mind today. I'm trying to embrace new things. I'm always trying to change, trying to find my place in change. And, sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's just hard. You want to go to your comfort zone. My comfort zone is not doing any of this, going on to someone else's show and have them take care of all the tech. But over the last really 3-4 years, but the last year, I've learned a lot more about how to make all this stuff work. And I'm proud of that. Thumbnails, I'm not saying I'm a thumbnail master, but there was a time when just making that and grabbing an old picture from my Facebook page. Look at that edge stash right there. We're going to talk about mustaches in our Q&A section here today. I wouldn't have been able to do that, but now I'm very proud to say I could figure some of this stuff out. But today's one of those days, as Lauren Romo was saying live in chat, embrace the chaos. I'm trying to embrace the chaos. Mike Fink could be a Max Headroom reboot time. I could be good with that. I love Max Headroom. Change of topics there. Edison Carter was the character's name, right? And love that show. And great pitch man for New Coke, right? Embrace the chaos. Thank you all for watching Ken Goes Live here today. We've got some live call-in options. If you're a Patreon supporter over on patreon.com/Ken Napzok in the Discord, you have a link. We will have at least one live guest checking in here today. I want to especially thank Scott Antonucci last week for coming on to talk about his channel, The Lean Years. And hopefully a lot of you guys are following that channel now if you want some, investment conversation. And Scott's a good man for that. We have a lot of those conversations offline too. And that's one of the things I also want to do over here. But yeah, look, I got a new jacket here today. Robbie Smith, I don't know where Robbie Smith is, but I got a new purple jacket dedicated to you, Robbie. Robbie, where are you? You don't watch live. I know all you're doing is home taking pictures of your action figures' butts. Get up there. Bro Dammer is in. Michael's here. If you guys don't know, Michael's a previous guest on Internet for Old People over in the old channel there. Got a great figure YouTube channel there as well. Figure Report. Check it out. And he's talking about garlic bread and embrace the chaos of garlic bread. Yeah, we're going to get some garlic bread very soon, Bro Dameron, when you get on out here. Invested in more Lego, says Cow Twitch. I agree with that. Highway Johnny Min's here as well. So yeah, that's what's on my mind today. We're just hanging out, we're just chatting, and I'm trying to embrace the chaos of change. I'm trying to be a better man. Isn't that all of our goals in 2022? Make Ken a better man. That should be the goal. That should be the goal. And change and embracing things that you're afraid of, like live streaming on your own without without Christian Ruvacaba to help you. Cody Hall, Christian Ruvacaba, a lot of those people over there at Wangers, Amateur Films, and a lot of those folks are the ones that get, Alex Marzonia, they keep the shows going. Ikaika Shively at the old channel, he kept the show going. Michael says, I am here. Give me the glory. Are you here? How long are you here, Michael? You picked a bad week. Let me know. Text me. Ken, why do you live stream? I just want to have conversations with friends privately, live on air. And then we can't find a better Ken. Trey says I'm producing for you in spirit. That's okay. Thank you. No, I appreciate it. I need that kind of help. So, all right, we've got some Q&A questions coming soon. We've got a video caller coming in very soon. And then we're going to have our topic. Our main topic today comes out of a question is the power of the mustache. We're going to talk about that man's mustache, the one on the left on the thumbnail, not the one on the right. That's my edge stash from about, I want to say that edge stash is about 2009, I think was when I had that mustache for a little while. Saturday morning. Okay. We're going to figure something out. Cass is here. Saturday morning, huh? All right. I gotta figure this out. I also got a new chair. Oh, you can't see it. I got a new chair. My back feels good. My back feels so good. Yeah, we're just talking about new things again today. All right, so we are going to go into a review section here. Zuropa. Yeah, you guys. Yes, a tag team called the Mod Squad Style Mustache. Yeah, that was. I didn't have that one. That mustache I didn't have for long. I'd grow it every once in a while because technically I couldn't have facial hair at that job at the time. Unless I wanted a little mustache, but then I would always get rebellious and I'd come back for like a vacation and I'd grow that edge stash. And it was always a lot of fun to just, I would rebel with my facial hair. I want to get some subs coming in here on Twitch. We're live on Twitch. We upload to YouTube later. Siomama. I just see that's hard to just came across the screen. Jay Granberg resub and first rate Nate resubbing as well. Thank you for those who sub on Twitch. We had a fun time last night on the Twitch stream. Me and John Mariano, Johnny M from New York. We had a lot of fun on the Red Dead stream. I formed a posse, me and Johnny, and then we got jumped. We got jumped by some real life players, and we got our asses kicked, quite frankly. I don't know when Johnny and I are going to get back into it. We're going to try to get some revenge on those folks. So tune in for that. Tune in for that because we want you to watch us get revenge on a cowboy video game. All right, now we're going to go to me in a car. That's what we do. We like going to it. Let me yeah, there it is. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. There's some things I could do to grow the channel. I understand. What's a reaction to what? What am I reacting to? Wait. People watch other people reacting to other people's content, and reactors are doing really well for themselves. They are. Okay, buying houses and cars, and I'd like that. I'd like to just be able to buy groceries, like all of the groceries, not just pick the ones that I need for that week to survive. Oh wait, hey, hold on. They got the camera thing going again. The camera's here. What? I'm talking to my grandma. What are we reviewing this time? Dexter New Blood? Oh my gosh, I've actually seen that. Yeah, no, I've actually seen that. I could talk about that. That's great. No, I didn't watch the original series. No, I heard it while my fiance rewatched it, and I was on the couch playing video games and eating grilled cheese sandwiches. It's a good day. Really good day. Hold on. What? I hate parking spot squatters. I hate parking. I'm. What? You want me to back out? I'm not done. I have a right to this. I conquered this land. It's mine. He's not going to leave. I saw that gesture. I know what that gesture means. I'm not leaving, you bucket of Hello.
Hey man.
Yeah.
You gonna move anytime soon? This is kind of my spot.
I'm wrapping up, sir. Wrapping up. Doing a.
What are you doing? Like a YouTube video?
Yeah.
How old are you?
Look, man, it's content, man.
Okay. Can you like content up a little bit quicker? Because this is kind of this is my spot. It's been my spot.
I'm so sorry, sir. So sorry, sir. Yeah, totally. I'm just reviewing Dexter New Blood and.
Oh, okay.
And yeah.
All right.
So
there's a park nearby. There's kids,
I'm allowed at this one. They said this one's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
By the way, Dexter New Blood's pretty good.
Yeah. Right.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like Dexter New Blood. I don't know. Is that a hot take? Am I not supposed to feel that way? But I liked it. So kill me. It's a show about murder. I made a joke about murder. And I thought the show did an amazing job making me hungry for truck stop diner food. Holy moly, do I love a good truck stop diner, where, by the way, 98% of murders take place. I gotta tell you, I do not like cleaning stuff up. That's where I would fail as a serial killer. Echo killer, qu'est-ce que c'est? Run away. Oh. The show was a slow burn, and that might be the thing I love more than anything. The show really took its time to get to where it wanted to go. I don't want to attack shows that are dropped all at once, you can binge them, versus shows that are dropped weekly. It's a debate as tired as Die Hard a Christmas movie? Yes, you hack comic, it clearly is. I do think there's an entire generation of viewers that's just not used to having to wait every week to find out what was going to happen next on Wings. And yes, I did own a Crystal Bernard music CD at one point in my life. All right, we all make choices, and you either learn from them or become consumed by them. So my review of Dexter New Blood is 8.5 severed limbs out of 10, because that was some good chopped up leg. I guess that's good. I guess that's good if you think to yourself, I think I could be a serial killer, but you know what? Clean up. That's what's keeping me from doing it. I think that means you pass some sort of moral test. Green light means go. You press on the gas, and then we all move forward together as a society. Yeah, that's my review. Eight and a half severed limbs. I actually really enjoyed Dexter New Blood. I hope you all did too. Donnie Darkletter, Crystal Bernard, deep cut, right? But I know my Crystal Bernard. I know my wings. I know my wings. All right, we are going to get to our next segments here on Ken Goes Live. I have got some stuff prepared for all of you. All right. We have got some questions here today, but I first want to go ahead and bring in a live guest, a caller right now. I have no idea what's going to happen. He's been on some of the old programs before. He's got one of the best voices that I've ever heard. He's a walking ASMR voice artist here. Please welcome to the show, Vermont Mike. Mike, how are you, my friend?
Mr. Napzok, how are you?
Oh, that's just the sweetest. That's just the sweetest voice of the biz. How are you, friend?
You are way too kind. I'm good, frozen, but good nonetheless. How are you?
What's the weather like up there?
Well, last night and into this morning, it was a wind chill of -25.
So how does the math on wind chill work? So say it's 12 degrees with a wind chill of -25. What's it actually?
That's what it actually was. The real temperature was -12. That's the lowest we got. But the wind chill, it's a feels like wind chill. I don't know how they come up with it. My degree was in criminal justice, not meteorology. I don't know.
Perfect. I think that it all connects. And of course, you live in right field at Comerica Park, right in Detroit, right? No, that's
Oh
Lauren.
God. Oh, please no. Oh, I'm sorry. Is Lauren in here?
Lauren's in the chat. She was being very nice to you. She won't be nice now.
No, okay.
Mike, good to have you back here. You've also done some intro work for SNN, Saturday Night Napzok. I always love that and want more. I'll take more. What's on your mind today, my friend?
I don't know actually why I called in. Do you know why?
Look, I don't know why I'm even on today. I'm having one of those days, but we're here, Mike.
I sent in a question and I thought, okay, I'll hang out in his waiting room. Yep. Maybe he'll pull me in when the question's asked. I'm in an awkward spot now. I'm frozen. No.
Well, no, wait, hold on. You know, you did. No, it's funny. You did ask me a question. I think I forgot to make a graphic for it.
Oh, so no.
It's even more perfect. That means. Oh, yeah. I did miss it. I'm looking at it right now.
Lauren is offended in the chat. It looks like my wife's from Detroit, so I get a free card there.
I'm just looking at this. Oh my gosh, lines drawn, says Lauren. Lines drawn. All right, so guess what? Here's what we're gonna do, Mike. I'm gonna read your question, and you're gonna awkwardly sit there, and then I'll answer it. Okay.
Okay. Fair game. Okay.
Vermont Mike asked this question, and I'm just now. I missed 3 questions. I don't know how. I'm telling you, today was one of those days. In preparing this, I just should go back to bed. Vermont Mike asks, you're a wrestler with a pro wrestler, I'm assuming, not Greco-Roman. You're a pro wrestler with any strength attribute you choose. What is your wrestling style and finisher? Okay. So I've been in one wrestling match, as a lot of you know, and it was just a junk match. It was just a hardcore match. So I don't really have a style or a finisher. My finisher was to end up going through a table. But if I actually had skills as a wrestler, I would definitely be like a rugged Ronnie Garvin, Greg the Hammer Valentine type. Just a boxcar of pain. My finisher would probably be something that did not cause me, or necessitate me to leave my feet. Figure 4. I don't even know if I'm coordinated for that. A heart punch. Something where I can stand there and you go down. Just kind of a brick wall for you to run into, you know?
You scored bonus points for mentioning Ronnie Garvin. Good for you.
Rugged Ronnie with the Rugged Ronnie star.
No. The man with the hands of stone. Don't use the Vince McMahon Rugged Ronnie Garvin nickname. No.
You're still upset at Vinnie Mac ruining Rugged Ronnie Garvin.
He buried him. He buried Barry Windham.
It's true.
The Rock and Roll Express. So yeah.
That's my answer for that one. What would your style and attribute be, Mike?
Actually, it wouldn't be too far off. No high spots for me. I'm afraid of heights, so that's out. So no scaffold matches, that sort of thing for me. It would be along similar lines. So I'm thinking like a Steven Regal, Fit Finley type of role.
Would you want like a magical shillelagh to hit people with?
Maybe it's a little more trendy than a ball bat, a generic ball bat being brought to the ring.
Yeah.
It's a little stereotypical. I don't know if it can get by in 2021 having a shillelagh or having a
Well,
leprechaun with you,
we're in 2022, Mike, too.
or 2022.
Might even be less of a
I'm
chance.
not, apparently. I'm not in 2021. That's okay.
It counts. Except
And
February, you're good.
and those two are combined with like a Masahiro Chono or something like that.
Okay.
He was mostly a ground wrestler.
Yeah.
STF was his finisher. I like the STF. I like moves. I like a finisher that comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be flashy. Just comes out of nowhere, like a DDT type.
A DDT is a template for that for me. But even like a Stone Cold Stunner, and I know others have done it before and done it after. But even that was just because it was like boom, match over. I did like that.
Yeah. Something like that. Masachono. I don't know if you watched many early 90s New Japan matches. I only did because of the WCW New Japan Super shows.
Well, that I would read about them in the Pro Wrestling Illustrated stuff, but I wasn't like collecting tapes or anything like that back in that day.
Oh,
so
I was that nerd.
Yeah. Couchwitch asks, could a wedgie be a finisher? I think there's
It's had to have been done.
it had to have been done in somewhere in some indie wrestling fed or something like that. I think a good wedgie is a valuable. I'd use it. In fact, I'll try.
It's a crotch grab was used as a finisher in some of the indies as well. So
Yes. There's a lot of things that maybe shouldn't be used as a finisher.
exactly.
I'm not one of those that, as we slip into pro wrestling talk, I am not one of those pro wrestling purists that doesn't like a good comedy match, try something different. I didn't love ECW during its heyday, but I respected it, respected it for the fan base. So yeah, I think if an atomic wedgie, let's do it.
I think the comedy stuff worked in the right moments and in the right era. Attitude Era, perfect. The whole Mankind, McFoley stuff, the Degeneration X, it worked beautifully in the 90s. And it's still working today. I mean, it's turned into, as Jim Cornette calls it, a Cirque du Soleil type of situation.
Old Jimmy.
I'm not a Jim Cornette purist. I agree with a lot of what he says. I'm not grumpy about it to the point to where, because kayfabe's sort of dead. So you can't go in with the slow paced matches anymore. You got to give fans something a little more exciting, even though it looks horribly gymnastic.
No, I like a lot of what Jimmy C says. I think he fights a little bit too much, fights change too much, but I mean, he also has a wide, big resume is what I'm trying to say. Like I obviously take what he says with I have a lot of respect for it, but like, I think I personally look back. I love the old storytelling stuff, but go back to like a match from '82. It's not going to keep the attention. It's just not the way we work outside of wrestling, let alone in it. So a high spot, I call it the flippity flops. It is different. It is different. And I've been around a lot of the old timers. I get why they don't like it. And I do want stories to be told within the ring. But now there's a different way of telling them. So yeah, but hey, take it wrestling's a big buffet, right? Choose the chicken wing you want to eat.
Exactly. There's more promotions now than there have been since the 90s, I think. Right?
Yeah.
AEW, Impact, New Japan, WWE. So they're all out there. And I'm not really horribly familiar with a lot of them. I'm just now catching up with AEW. So I'm a little behind. Yeah.
I'm way behind on it. I haven't actively watched wrestling in about 2-3 years. I keep up on it all the time there. Will McLean, I'll take a good executed spear anytime soon.
That's a good out of the nowhere type of move.
Yeah. And no spoilers for Star Wars stuff. But we did see a double spear in Book of Boba Fett this past week. Good wrestling high spot right there. Donnie Darklight says Coco Beware. I used to love, I'll tell you what, you want to talk about, if you're not a wrestling fan, you're like, Ken, stop it. But one of my favorite tag teams was High Energy. Owen Hart, rest in peace, and Coco Beware. I loved High Energy. Loved their look, that early 90s polka dots, checkerboard stuff. Loved it.
The big baggy genie pants, right?
Yes, big baggy genie pants. Yes. The jackets. Because they came out of the new foundation with Neidhart and Owen.
Yep,
I love that.
Yep. Coco Beware was excellent his entire career. He wrestled Mid-South, I think.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to see him get upset at somebody at a jobber, go on YouTube, find Coco Beware and jobber, and he completely potatoes the guy and knocks him out. Good stuff.
It is, yeah. Oh, the wrestling days. Yeah, I've been potatoed a few times as a manager. It's I get it. It's not fun, but I get it. And in the end of the day, it's a fun story to tell. we've got a couple Bushwhacker references. Love the Bushwhackers stomping around. I do love a good look, Luke and Butch sheep herders, but in the kitty version, I guess you'd say. All right, Mike, stay here, stay on the line. I'm going to pull you out, but I'm going to answer another question here, and maybe Mike can help us answer the question here. Our friend Andy Ortiz asked on New Year's Day, do you play New Year's Day by U2? I am a big U2 fan. I absolutely love U2, then, now, and forever. Do I play this song on New Year's Day? The answer is no. It started, the genesis of the song was a little bit of a love song from Bono and his wife Al to his wife Allie. But really, it is more than that. It is a song that is about the Polish solidarity movement, and as with a lot of U2 songs, especially U2 songs in the early to mid '80s, very political. So, not to Andy's asking a fun question, but yeah, I'm not gonna do much celebrating with that song, even though there's a love song underneath it all there. Mike, you like music there? I'm pulling you back in. What do you play that song? Do you play New Year's Day on New Year's Day?
I like U2, don't love U2, but I like them. I didn't play New Year's Day. It's an okay song.
I like the song, but yeah, it's not it is an auld lang syne. Auld lang syne. Say all the syllables, Ken. Say all the syllables. Yeah, so that's my thought there. Andy, but great question there. And a lot of people, a lot of people are loving the wrestling talk here. Lauren Ramos says, my wrestling era was the Attitude Era with DX, Stone Cold, and The Rock. That was oddly enough right when I stopped watching wrestling for a very long time. And about 98, 99, when I moved to LA, I just didn't have access to a TV. We had one TV in an apartment of like 4 people. And so I stopped watching wrestling. Couldn't keep up with it as much. And I missed like the height of the Attitude Era, which is weird for someone in my age group. That's like right in the wheelhouse. So I don't know. Traces.
Yeah, I started in 85 as a 9-year-old and went through the finish of the Attitude Era. And then that was it. Yep.
Yeah, that's about right. That's right. Yeah. Then I came back big way in the late 2000s into the mid 2010s. I got to say this. Papsiosama. Now that I see it in front of me, I'm closer. Attitude Era is my favorite. Before I told it was fake. Yeah. I mean, that once kayfabe's broken for you at home, it can change your. That's in about 85, 86. I was such a big fan, and then my uncle was like, it's a work, and then once that can kind of throw you for a loop as a kid, and I felt cheated, I felt lied to. Then I came back, and I still consider it one of the great American and worldwide, but American storytelling art forms. There, I absolutely love. So there you go. We got some drama from Mike Fink here. Can't get into wrestling since the 80s. Also was assaulted by someone in the WWF.
Whoa.
That person that assaulted was later arrested. Well, that's good. Mike, there's more of a story there that maybe we legally can't hear about. That's good. And that's probably a good reason to not get into wrestling from that point on. There's someone who's currently on Monday Night Raw every week and SmackDown every week. I do not like them because they injured me in MPW my days back in the day. So, it's hard. Everyone else is happy for them. I can't root for them. They hurt me, and they hurt me bad. All right, next question coming in here. This is from our friend Johnny M. He gets a theme song. Johnny M. from Long Island says the New York Mets are finally retiring Keith Hernandez's number 17. Do you think they will finally realize my dream of erecting a 6-foot-long bronze statue of Keith's epic mustache to truly memorialize his greatness? Johnny M. from Long Island. Mike, I'll keep you in here. Yeah, you're a baseball guy too, right? Or at least can hang in it. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep. We like similar things, Mike. This is why you're on the show today. So again, I'll bring up this thumb. There's my mustache from about 2009 for a while. I didn't wear that for more than like a month. And then every time I wear it, since I wore it on Schmoes one time for like 2 weeks, it was great. Kathy Kelly was on the show. There's a great shot of like me in the mustache and Kathy just kind of like, why am I sitting next to this guy? The power of the mustache with Keith Hernandez. Keith, look at that mustache. Love Keith Hernandez. I'm a Gary Carter fan. Keith wasn't always nice to Gary. Rest in peace, Gary. But I do like Keith Hernandez. So Mike, let's go to Johnny's actual question here of this idea of should they just erect a 6-foot-long bronze statue of just Keith Hernandez's mustache? Yay or nay for you?
I think the mustache needs context. Keith's was nice. It was like a Magnum PI style mustache, but it
Yeah.
wasn't unique where it can stand on its own. Raleigh Fingers can stand on
Mhm.
its own.
Yeah.
I don't know about his. Now, can they accentuate his mustache on a Keith Hernandez statue? Sure.
I think so. Yeah,
I'd like
maybe.
to see that, but
Yeah, I see. I agree with that too. Keith's mustache is legendary. So is him smoking cigarettes in the dugout. It's legendary, but I got to say, it is a pretty common. You said Selleck, but it's a pretty common 1980s mustache. And the funny thing is, I got this picture of Keith Hernandez up mid swing at Old Shea Stadium. There, that mustache makes him look 48. He was probably 32 or something at that time. The mustache aged him for sure. As it
those are
did a lot.
those are city miles he had on him, I guess.
Yeah, that stash was made for Red Dead Redemption. But here's the thing. Keith's mustache, Raleigh Fingers mustache, a lot of great Goose Gossage when he had a mustache and a Fu Manchu type of handlebar mustache, I should say. And I'm going back. Lauren's making fun of my mustache, my edge stash, as I called it back in the day there. She's making fun of that, but like I say, it commands a certain attention. I love beards. I used to have a goatee for a long while. I think those are a little bit out of style, but I think the mustache, when not worn ironically, Mike, and you're a man of facial hair. We see it here right now on you. You're pretty thick, full beard this time around.
I had this a lot longer, just
Yeah?
a week ago, and I had to trim it down. The wife wasn't liking it, and no, I had like it's already pretty gray on the sides and everything, and yeah,
Yeah.
it was already kind of down to here. I was going with the true Vermont citizen look, but
Love that.
yeah, I had to trim it up.
Yeah, Vermont Mike. That would make sense. Have you just worn the mustache for like an unironic extended period of time ever in your life?
Once I did exactly what you had.
Mm-hmm.
I did the handlebar with the little soul patch. I went to work with it, and they said, "Hey, meathead." I'm like, "Why are you calling me meathead?" And it was an All in the Family reference.
Yes.
And about 4 days later, I was like, "It's gone."
But I thought on all you're mentioning all in the Family. I thought Rob Reiner. I thought my dad was on the show. My dad looks during that era when I was young. I was born in '76. Looks like Rob Reiner. Now different look, but like I mean, my dad down to the clothes, the weird like leather, almost gauntlets that a lot of guys wore that had like a watch on it. Like that weird late 70s vibe. And my dad and Victor Bracamontes, hello, Victor, say this: I've never seen my father without a mustache. The mustache is my father. My dad now, even it was 72, 70, yeah, about 72 years old now. He's had the mustache my entire life. Just the mustache, never a beard, never a goatee, never not a mustache, just has had the mustache. It's been there. And I think that was a lot of guys in the old days, I guess you would say, Mike. Just that was it. They got their look, they got their facial. Keith Hernandez screwed that mustache. He still has it now. It's just him and his look. I think that's part of the power of a well-worn mustache.
I think it comes down to familiarity with the people around them too, because a lot, like you're saying, a lot of the people who are known for the mustache keep the mustache. When Tom Selleck shaved his off, or when Sam Elliott has shaved his off, they look awkward, super awkward. And it's become of them. It's part of their identity. There's nothing wrong with that.
No,
it's just, and it's probably one of those things they shaved off. And especially if people have little kids or whatever, and they shave something off.
Yeah,
there's a stranger in the room all of a sudden, and I think that's what it's become with them.
Side fun note here, Mike. You're of a certain age like me, and I want to see if anyone chat remembers this. Like we all kind of remember where we were when Carrie Russell changed her hair for Felicity, right? The world stopped to question that. I remember where I was when like Tom Selleck shaved it for that movie In and Out. I think it was the movie. Was that the movie In and Out? And he had shaved it for that movie. And
is that the Kevin Kline movie?
I think it's the Kevin Kline movie.
Yeah.
Another great mustache.
Yeah.
And I mean, me and my friends in film school at that time, and I was in a radio career too, but it was a discussion period. Like, we need to talk about Tom Selleck not having a mustache. It was big.
It's awkward looking. It really is awkward looking for people to look at it. He's a good looking guy. Don't get me wrong, with or without the mustache. Yep. But yeah, I'm sorry, you got to have it on the lip. Put something on the lip.
Yeah, there you go. Lauren says, I remember when my father shaved his mustache off for the first time when we were kids. The family went into counseling. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, if my dad even today, because he doesn't have it thick, and it's because it's mostly gray. It almost looks like at times like he doesn't have one, but he has one, and I couldn't imagine it. And I don't love ironic mustaches, and a lot of the hipsters and everything. No shade, real shade. Like, do what you want to do with who you are and what you want to look like. But I never have liked the ironic. I got a stupid mustache, isn't that cool type of vibe. Never been my thing. So, Mike, you don't strike me as a guy that likes ironic facial hair.
No, I don't like anything ironic. No, I don't like ironic clothes. I don't, and no, I steer clear of anything that would label me as ironic in any way.
I love it, Mike. I'm in that boat too. I love that.
You know what scares me too is I'll occasionally walk around and I still shoot 35 millimeter film from time to time. I'm a hobbyist photographer, and someone will look at me, and I've had friends say, "What are you, a hipster?" And I'm like, "No, I actually shot 35 millimeter before there was digital. That doesn't make me a hipster. Sorry. No. If you used it when the technology was still there, you're not a hipster. That's the rule."
Right. I have a 1968 Nikon camera that I actually got from my dad. I'd love to take off for a spin again. But I don't have a developing dark room there, which was fun. I used to love.
You don't need to send it in. You can send there's a couple places in California that'll happy to take your money.
Maybe I'll just send it to you, Mike. Do you have a dark room?
No, I don't. I have to send mine away.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Maybe you just go to Ritz Camera at the mall back in the day. Just go to Ritz.
I remember those. That's exactly right. Yep.
Yeah, a lot of good. But I used to, let me tell you something, kids these days, you should be thankful what you got right there. Because like, I remember, taking like 3 rolls of film of me and my friends during the last few days of my time at the Groundlings training school. And it was like cool people taking pictures. And I went to get it developed out of 3 rolls. So what is that? Like 24 shots a roll?
24 to 36 a roll, right?
24. Yeah. I think these are 24 shot rolls. Out of all 3 of them, 2 of the pictures came out. The rest were blurry. Couldn't figure it out. And I'm not a bad shot. Like I could take a shot. It just didn't work. And my memories are gone from that period of time. I just have 2 non-blurry pictures.
Yeah, there was no reviewing on the back of the camera back then to see if you got the shot.
Yeah. Yeah. Laserbolt says the only time I met Ken, he shook my hand and said, "Nice mustache. I was dressed as an X-Wing pilot." I mean, Laserbolts, look at that beard in that profile picture. You can do whatever you want there. Lauren Roma's follow up. My dad went to full beard and has never looked back. That is awesome. So we have those questions. All right. So here's the other questions I forgot to make into cards this week. I am so sorry to those that I forgot do that. Oh, and John Granberg has a follow-up. If they do, referring to the Keith Hernandez statue that Johnny M wants, then would it be possible they add one of Robin Yount's mustache or Raleigh Fingers in Milwaukee? Literal best mustaches of baseball. A collection of statues would be epic. I'm there for that one there as well. Other questions coming in from my Discord. Definitely not Trey asks, Django, as in Django Fett, got me thinking. Would you like to raise a perfect clone of yourself? Like Boba Fett? No. I thought I wanted kids my whole life. And then over the last 20 years, that was not the case. I leave about a 2% margin of, maybe one day I'd want a kid, but I'm getting up there. We passed that era. So I don't even know if I want that kind of offspring, that kind of clone, because I'm kind of a clone of my dad. I don't think I want another me running around. I don't want to do that to the world. That's too much grumpiness in one like postal code. I can't do that. Mike, do you want a full clone of yourself?
No, for the exact same reason. I'm actually a lot like you. I was in my younger days. I was like, yeah, I'm going to be a dad. As time goes by, life throws you curveballs, and you got to be there. You got to choke up on the bat and hit those when they come at you. And they use the baseball parlance there, and that's not the case. And I'm in a situation where I'm not going to anyway, and I'm good with that. I have 4-legged kids running around the house.
Same.
I'm completely good with that. I don't. Even if I did, I wouldn't want to clone. I know my issues. I wouldn't want those being transferred to my kid, and if I were to go that route, I'd rather have a surprise personality anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, we got breaking news. Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly are engaged. This is coming from our reporter on the street, Mike Fink. We go live to Vermont Mike in his home studio. Are you excited for the impending nuptials of Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly?
So I'm gonna get my old man glasses on to do this here. Machine Gun, as in the guy the FBI arrested years ago.
Yeah.
No,
Yes,
I know
yeah.
who he is. I never understood the whole thing to begin with. She went from 90210 guy to
Right,
to
Brian Austin, yeah.
to Captain Tattoo. I don't know. I know. God, do I sound old when I say that?
I know.
What's up with the kids and the tattoos these days? I don't know.
No, look, I'm rooting for those two crazy kids. Go chase your dreams. Go be who you want to be. I'm not attending the wedding, so I don't have to worry about it. And wish them well. It's hard enough to find love out there in the real world. In the fantasy world that they are in, sometimes not their own fault. There, I can't say anything but nice things. Love is grand. Love is awesome.
Exactly. I've learned to stop being so snarky about stuff you see on the internet. It's everything on Twitter is poison, except for the fine folks I follow who follow me. I keep that community very close.
Curated, yeah.
Because you can go really sour really quick with everything and everything you see on TV. And I'm just like, you know what? It's not my fight. I'm not going to get involved with it. I don't care.
Absolutely. And, Reggie Donald sums it up pretty well. Good for them, but I don't care.
Exactly. Bingo.
Final question, prepared question coming in here today. AT94 at 94.
Yes.
If you are a LOTR fan, a Lord of the Rings fan, which I am, movie fan, who is your favorite character? That's a great question. I don't get asked that a lot because I spend so much time analyzing Star Wars and so many other things. Game of Thrones, of course. I don't spend a lot of time answering questions with Lord of the Rings. And at the end of the day, it's the king, man, Aragorn. The reason being that the theme of so much of what's in his story is this: be who you were born to be, and for a large part of my life, that was a big struggle. Not that I thought I was supposed to be the king of something, but being those little things that get you down, stuck in a day job, depression, which had a huge grip on me, and it's always something I'm going to battle. But it used to have just a vice-like grip on me, and failing. I did do a lot of sketch comedy, and got voted out of the Groundlings training system, which happens to thousands of people. But I took it so deep and so personally, and I couldn't recover from that. Stand up and trying to discover that early on, and trying to find my legs on the stage, and it didn't happen right away. All that got me down, and so many other things. So when Elrond shows up in Return of the King and is like, it's time, take the sword, put aside the ranger, and be who you were born to be, that got me on a very micro level. So even though he's the king and he's one of the heroes, but even the way he treated the hobbits and everything, especially at the end, you bow to no one. Who doesn't cry when that happens? Aragorn's my guy when it comes to Lord of the Rings. So there you go. I have an answer, Mike. I had an answer. Gandalf coming in. He was a caretaker for a lot of people. Didn't have someone to look to. I like that answer. Cow Twitch, Gandalf the Grey. Ranger Donald says Galadriel. Galadriel is a great answer too. Very powerful character. And we got to Eowyn. Oh, Channel 19. David Eowyn. That's a good one too as well. Mike, do you have a dog in this race? Or you on the outside of looking in Lord of the Rings?
I'm a casual Lord of the Rings fan. I've seen all the movies and I've seen them multiple times. So when you're saying you mean the Viggo Mortensen character, correct?
Correct.
Oh yeah. I like him. I like the Liv Tyler character. Giggity.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but I agree. I like the Viggo Mortensen character. And I think there's a series coming out soon for them, if I'm not mistaken.
We do have some Lord of the Rings content on the way. Ranger Donald asks a great question. Who is Grace's? Aragorn is among them. It's hard for her to shoot. She's such a big fan. She's a big fan of the books, where I'm not super familiar with the Lord of the Rings books. I'm one of those. I'll have to ask that officially. I don't want to speak for her, and she's I'd pull her into the show, but she also would murder me today if I did that. That's a great question, Reginald. I will ask. I will ask. All right, now we reach the part of the show as we come around the corner of the bend on today's wild and wacky episode. Vermont Mike, stick with me. You've calmed me down. You've been a calming presence here today. When I almost kind of started to lose control of my own show because cords were being yanked out. Oh wait. Yes, that's right. I forgot. I do need a producer. Trey, are you over in the corner? You're hired. I have a video question coming in here today from our friend, Hillbilly Scripps.
Hey, Ken. Jeff Saunders here, and I've got a question for the show today. What are you doing here? Get out of here. Get. I'm so sorry. That guy just keeps popping up everywhere. I cannot get away from him. Anyway, hey Ken, Jeff Saunders here, and I've got a question for the show today. I recently bought some Girl Scout cookies online, and I get so excited this time of the year every year. When the Scouts start selling them, I can't say no. And I was wondering if you're the same way. Do you like Girl Scout cookies? If so, do you have a favorite flavor? Or are you just afraid of the Girl Scouts and you go hide when they come around? Can't wait to hear your answer. And if you do like the cookies, then go buy some from Zoe Mariano. Hillbilly out.
That and a great outro there. Jeff Saunders, Mr. Scribbs, who has got his hair just started to grow and grow and grow, including that beard, because he's going to be part of the St. Baldrick's childhood cancer research fundraiser and charity that he's part of every year. We're going to have him on the show real soon to talk more about it there. It's a great question. Yeah, I do love Girl Scout cookies. I am a fan. Over the years, it's gotten easier for me to say no, but Jeff mentioned ordering them online. That's a game changer. When you can just add to cart and get a sleeve of cookies, it's dangerous. But I think that makes it easier for me to say no. When you come out of a store and there's a table and a couple of eager, good-intentioned children staring at you going, would you like to buy 19 boxes of cookies? And then the parents behind them just kind of like looking at you like, please do it and I can get out of here soon. It's very hard for me to say no. Mike, it's very hard for me to say no. We'll get into favorite flavors in a second, but Mike, can you turn them down?
No, and to quote Mike Myers from SNL, sugar's the devil. It really is.
It's the devil, and you're not wrong.
And I agree with you. So one of the things that I've always dealt with was if the food's in the house, I'm in trouble. I can turn it down at the grocery store, but if somebody brings it into the house, I'm screwed. And the Girl Scout cookies are one of those things. I'd never order them online. I have enough discipline not to do that. But like you said, if someone's there or someone at your workplace comes up to you with the order form, that's a little different.
The old order form. Like, I love that. Like, you're at a sushi restaurant, they hand you to just check what you want. Yeah, you're right. That it's very hard. And you're right. Yeah, I'm the sucker. If back at the old day job, if I showed up to work, I'm talking to the malls or some of the YouTube channels I worked at. If I showed up and there was that pink box of donuts that someone got at some local donut hut, I was walking away with at least 3 of them. And I would do the thing where I grab the one first. I'm like, oh, donuts, who brought these? Great, don't mind if I do. And then when no one was looking, I'd go back for the second one. And then a couple hours later, I'd swing by the box again and see what donuts were left behind. And as long as it wasn't coconut, I was going in. And usually some people break off, leave a half, which is monstrous. It's monstrous. So I would take in and sweep the halves when no one was looking. And I couldn't say no. I can't say no. That pink box of donuts comes out. And it's Pavlovian. My tongue starts to drool. Mike, donuts, cookies.
I mean, I live even in the Midwest and especially up here in the Northeast, we have Dunkin' Donuts. So Dunkies, as it's affectionately called up here, is always at an office gathering, no matter what, because somebody's too lazy to go get some real breakfast. So they stop off at Dunkin's and bring in a box of Dunkies and with the box coffee, which is the worst coffee in the world when it comes in a box. Yeah. And yes, I agree. If I'm the one who says, oh, I really shouldn't, first one in, I'm always there in the middle. And then, of course, there's always somebody who says, oh, Mike, why don't you take the rest home?
See, no, that's me. Ken, you want to finish these? You know I do.
Yeah.
You know I do. As far as Girl Scout cookies, Lauren Romo had the hot take, Samoa are the best, and I won't take any further questions. Well, Lauren's out of the conversation. She's just foot down. You a Samoa guy?
No, they're okay. They're second or third on the list. I'm a Thin Mint guy.
Yeah, I'm a Thin Mint guy too. Mike, this is why we're friends. Absolutely a Thin Mint guy. And here's how much I like Thin Mints. Back in the old mall days, there was a LAPD police substation in our office, and the two I become friends with the guys. One of them, a guy named Steve Knight, went to become a senator in California, it's 25th district, and he and his partner, they were selling the Girl Scout cookies, and his partner Mike goes, hey, I bought. He goes, oh, okay, Ken, your Thin Mints are here. I was like, oh, okay, great. Oh my, the Thin Mints. He goes, there might be a problem. I left them in the back of the police car. I think they may have melted. I said, okay, that's fine. So he went and got them. And sure enough, 2 boxes of Thin Mints. And, Thin Mints is, row of a bunch of cookies. They had all melded into one, like, imagine like a chocolate cob of corn. Each 2 total, 2 in each box, 4 total, I should say. And I was like, okay, let's go. And I gave him the money. I'm supporting the kids. And so I took them home and I put them in the freezer. And they melted in that smelted, forged by fire kind of way. And I so love Thin Mints, and I was so determined to make it work. And yes, people are thinking, well, why don't you just leave them out and kind of melt them or something like that? They went from melted to frozen to the core. And so what I would do is I would just sit there and eat the Thin Mints like it was corn. And I did that for about a month. It was messy. My roommate judged me as he should at the time. And I would just sit there on the couch watching, an episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, just eating the Thin Mints. That's how much I love Thin Mints. I will eat them like corn.
Yeah. The one nice thing about them, if you can catch them when they're not melted, is they're very freezer friendly.
Yeah.
And then when you're ready, get out a handful and have a cup of coffee with them. Winner. Yes.
I should have just, should have made a hot pot of coffee and I guess just dunked the entire cob of Thin Mints into the hot coffee. But after a while, it also kind of was convenient. Just was like, I got a stick of cookie. I'm going to gnaw on it for a while. There you go. That's the big lesson for the day here. So I think now we'll take some live questions here. Got about 4 or 5 minutes left in the show. Don't forget on the YouTube channels where we re-upload this. In fact, you might be watching now at a later date. This is kind of a fun live hangout show, but we also love getting some segments in there. And then I rebroadcast some of those segments, break them out on the YouTube channel as well. So if you just watch on Twitch, I was thinking about chocolate chip cookies. Don't forget to head over to my YouTube channel, subscribe over there as well. The game streams trying about Tuesday, usually most Tuesdays or Thursday nights is where I do a game stream right now, Red Dead Redemption 2. And more things on the way. And for those, I tried to show this. I'm not going to move I've learned my lesson. But I finally got a good arm for one of my webcams. And I'm finally going to get around to doing the baseball card ASMR stuff again. I've got some fun stuff planned for that. So if you're an ASMR fan like me, I'm going to have some fun with that here on this channel as well. Mike, you got such a relaxing voice. Do you dive into the wilds of ASMR at all?
On YouTube, I'm one of the original divers of ASMR.
Love that.
I got into it by accident. When it was back in 2007. I started working for the government on third shift, and I'd worked third shift before, and I started it back up, and I had such trouble sleeping. It didn't help that I had sleep apnea at the time. I didn't know it, so I was not getting any rest, and I don't know how it happened, but the YouTube algorithm gods decided to put a video up of this barber in England doing a shave and a haircut, and I watched it, and I was like, wow, that's kind of relaxing. Time to go to bed.
Yeah.
And that's what I do. And then I watched that one. Of course, once you watch one of something, it recommends a whole group of videos. Yeah. And then it just kept going from there. And then there was one saying the world's best head massage, and it was this crazy guy named Baba from India.
Yes,
and of course he became well known. Rest in peace to him. And then that was like a
Cosmic Barber.
The Cosmic Barber who went from a guy who had 1,000 subscribers. No, he probably only had about 50 subscribers. Yeah, that's the guy pulling energy out of the air, like he's milking a space cow or something. And he's like 15 million views on this one video because he just happened to be there when this other group of Americans were there, and he said, "Hey, can I videotape this?" They were like, "Yeah," and that started it all off. Yep.
Oh man, that's great. Baba the Cosmic Barber is the early one. Yeah, a lot of because ASMR, for those not familiar with it, and it is so misunderstood and mocked, and I understand some, but it's totally weird. It's totally weird, but it's something I felt my entire life. I remember in second grade hearing a substitute teacher come in and she had like a different tone in her voice than my normal teacher. And she was talking, and I remember just feeling like my head's kind of tingling, and I almost want to fall asleep. It's the first time I really remember it in my life, but it's kind of weird. So it's a secret you keep to yourself. And then around the time you're talking about, maybe a couple years later, was watching YouTube videos home one night, just trying to fall asleep, and stumbled onto a video of a guy demonstrating the Flowbee, the haircutting device from the future that's in the past. And the way he was just shooting the box with the Flowbee, and the way he was moving his hands and moving the box, the way he was talking, like relaxed me, put me to sleep. It's this guy, Rob Moffat's his name. The YouTube channel is Rob's Homemade Life. And that wasn't intentional ASMR. He just was doing it. And I mentioned that to a friend, and that's where the journey began. She's like, "Oh, you don't know? Boom, boom. Here's an entire collection of videos and people and artists that you need to watch." So it's fascinating stuff to me there. I'm so glad you got there. You got to experience it long ago before anyone knew really what it was.
I had the Flowbee. I admit it.
The Flowbee.
I don't apologize for it. It earned its money back within 3 haircuts, and it worked for another 2 years, and then it went kaput.
He even mentions that in the video. He lives in South Florida. He's like, haircuts cost like $15. This will save you bucks.
Yeah, and it was a consistent haircut, and I gave myself a haircut every 2 weeks. My boss was like, "Does your hair ever grow?" I'm like, "I cut it every 2 weeks. I don't have to."
But here's the thing: the Flowbee is a great concept, but you have to hook it up into like a industrial strength vacuum. Did you have to do that every time?
I honestly, I tried it first to a regular vacuum, and then I had to put it up to a wet vac, and I grew partially deaf because of that.
Yeah,
but it worked eventually.
A couple questions coming in that touch upon the same thing. Well, Rowan says, "What 2002 show non-Star Wars GOT are you looking forward to?" And Mike Fink says that as well. Well, that's the non-GOT show to pump for. Oh, he's answering the question. Lord of the Rings. Yeah, you definitely pump for Lord of the Rings. Only in the sense of, actually, let me rephrase that. I'm not necessarily pumped for the Lord of the Rings Amazon TV show. I'm just so curious, and I do love the world, and I think going back to it or approaching it or reapproaching in some way is not a bad idea. And it's an easy comparison to say, hey, look at what Game of Thrones did. And a lot of shows do try to do that. And Vikings, Last Kingdom, Witcher have followed suit and succeeded in their own ways. Many shows have probably failed. I have no dog in the race on Wheel of Time. I'm very familiar with those who love the books. I watched one episode accidentally of Wheel of Time, and it was great. It did its thing. But I'm not huge on that kind of fantasy stuff. So I think that's an answer as well. But other than that, I gotta admit, you guys know I don't watch a lot of things. If you watch me for a long time here, I don't really have an answer. It's just more Star Wars content, Kenobi, Andor. Really looking forward to those. House of the Dragon. I just cannot wait to sit down and see what they got for us there. But mostly it's like some weird docs. I want some more weird, wonderful rock docs or something like that. That's probably what I'll look for. So I don't know. Boring answer, Mike, but that's my answer. You know, what do you got?
Kenobi. Kenobi. It's a long time waiting. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm looking forward to seeing Ewan McGregor again.
Yeah.
I'm even though I don't think it's a 2022 show, I'm very curious about Acolyte and the direction they're going to go in there.
Absolutely. And talking about Star Wars stuff, absolutely.
Yeah, actually, I'm not sure when. I think 2023 maybe for that one. But yeah, Kenobi. That's the one I'm sitting for. Yeah.
Kenobi, definitely Andor for me too as well. Going back to Thin Mint's, Cow Twitch says, opinion on Thin Mint ice cream. I, believe it or not, this is tough to believe, have not had Thin Mint ice cream. And right now I've given up regular ice cream for plant-based vegan ice cream, which is, it's its own thing. You don't even need to worry about classifying it as ice cream. It's its own frozen treat, and I enjoy it. But I don't know if they have a Thin Mint one out there yet, so I'll have to try. But dipping Thin Mints into Thin Mint ice cream sounds like a good challenge.
All you have to do is if you can find a faux vanilla ice cream, vegan ice cream, let it soften up. Yeah, let it soften up a little bit. And put the Thin Mints into a food processor for a little bit, and then mix it back up and refreeze it.
Love that. Oh, Mike, you've got all that. You should do some sort of cookbook. I don't know.
No, I'm not. No, I wouldn't be doing anyone a favor. No,
that's fair. That's fair. All right. Anyone else out there got a live question? Other than that, I'm going to start packing up and getting on to my next project tonight, which will probably include an ASMR video or two, on a break. I love my haircutting one. So Haircut Harry, shout out as always to Haircut Harry. One of the early ones. He had an unintentional haircut video that helped blow up his channel, and so that's it. Ranger Donald's got an answer. Winning Time, The Rise of the Laker Dynasty is up there for me. Yeah, I'm not a huge basketball fan, but I do love those kind of shows. And it's, I don't know if it's based on Jeff Pearlman's book, but Jeff Pearlman, I haven't read the book. He wrote about the Showtime Lakers. Jeff Pearlman is one of my favorite sports writers in terms of book. He wrote the book, The Bad Guys Won, the story of the 86 Mets. Fantastic. Football for $1, the story of USFL. Which ends up being a frightening template for what happens in 2016 to 2020 in the political world. Kind of crazy. I will definitely, I wouldn't mind watching that one. Maybe I'll watch it with you, Ranger Donald. Maybe we'll do that there. All right. Mike Fink should. All right. Let's help Mike Fink decide this. Lakers ticks for tonight up in Sacramento. $39. Tempted to drive up, but at the same time, nah. Mike, you only live once. Get on that 5 freeway, head up the Grapevine, and get up there to Sacramento and buy those tickets. Mike, you can't miss out on cheap Laker tickets.
That's quite a drive up, isn't it? I'm not familiar with California, how big it is, but I mean, Sacramento is considered the northern part of the state, isn't it?
Yeah. Getting up there on the north side. He says he's 2 hours from him. So there you go. Oh, he's in Marin County, hanging out with George Lucas. All right, Mike, you got to do it. 2 hours. That's a drive from where I live in Burbank to Santa Monica during traffic to the LAX. That's half of the time to LAX.
If you got a straight shot, it'll go quick.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be worth it. Just mask up, make sure you're vaxxed and boosted, and go to the game and cheer on those Lakers. All right, everybody, we did it. We had a fun show. We put it together. I didn't spill water on anything. I did that yesterday on the Patreon video. I did that yesterday on the game Twitch stream. Knocked over some root beer on myself in the couch while fighting bad guys in the Old West. So, we're getting better. I'm improving. And that's all you can do. Vermont Mike, thank you for joining and being my de facto guest and co-host tonight. I really appreciate that.
Well, are you kidding me? Anytime. I'm glad to have done it, and thank you, and thanks to everybody in the chat for having patience with me being here the whole show.
No, it's what I do. Johnny M is busy today, but otherwise Johnny M would have joined us and all of us. And again, in the Discord through my Patreon page, you can get the link to join us. And you can also at the boardroom broadcast, boardroom tiers, I should say, you get the link to the email if you want to send in a video question like Jeff did here today as well. So we really appreciate that. Color Jerry arrives at last minute, but Color Jerry, like a good wizard, you arrive exactly when you mean to. So you are good, my friend. That is it for now. Mike, I'll drop you out. Hang on the line. But everybody, we are out of here. I'll see you next week.